भारत में महिलाओं के खिलाफ उत्पीड़न के खतरे से निपटने के प्रयास के साथ न्यूज 18 नेटवर्क और ट्रू कॉलर ने जन जागरूकता अभियान कॉल इट आउट बिकॉज इट्स नॉट ओके की शुरुआत की और ये आंदोलन हाल ही में ओडिशा राज्य में जा पहुंचा। सभी जगह उत्पीड़न का महिलाओं पर बेहद गंभीर असर पड़ते देखा गया है, जिसमें उनके कामकाज करने की जगह भी शामिल है। इसके चलते महिलाओं को कामकाज करने की जगह पर भी मुश्किलों से निपटना पड़ता है। क्या एक सुरक्षित वातावरण बनने से ज्यादा महिलाएं काम कर सकती हैं और पेशेवर रूप से सफल हो सकती हैं? ये एक खास पैनल चर्चा का एजेंडा था, जिसमें शामिल थे अरुण बोथरा, एडिशनल डायरेक्टर जनरल ऑफ पुलिस, क्रिमिनल इन्वेस्टिगेशन डिपार्टमेंट, ओडिशा क्राइम ब्रांच, डॉक्टर रोजलिन पटसानी मिश्रा, परिचय फाउंडेशन के संस्थापक, सुकृति पटनायक, एमडी, इंडल्ज और नेशनल को-चेयर आईसीसी, विमेन्स एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप कमेटी और प्रज्ञा, डायरेक्टर, पब्लिक अफेयर्स, ट्रू कॉलर।
How safe are women in Odisha, and have you come across cases, sir, where a woman has come to you to say that because my space is not safe, my workspace is not secure, I have opted out of job?
I'll put it other way around. When you talk about, I'm connecting both the questions. In Odisha, the women empowerment and economic empowerment has rather made it difficult for the harassers. There's a program called Mission Shakti which has actually empowered women in their individual spaces as well as a community. They are much stronger today, who can talk and who can resist the harassment thing. So I would say again that the figures may not be very encouraging if you see the figure part, but in the reality, our state, Odisha, is much safer.
Let me ask women who work with women. And Dr. Rosalind, you work with women particularly in improving their lives, ensuring that they feel empowered. Have you come across such stories?
There are many cases. I really don't know how to start, but recently, I'm talking about 20 days back, I met a girl. She's hardly 16 years old. She ran away with somebody and got betrayed, became pregnant. Just 16 years old, 7 months pregnant. She can't even abort. You know, there are many such cases. Somehow she's a lucky girl because she got me and my team to take care of her, and there is a new baby going to come up, and that baby is going to be adopted by another donor who is attached with my organization. We cannot just say that ladies are safe in our society. The time will come when each girl, each woman has the right to move on the roads or at their places, at their houses or at workplace. Everywhere they should feel safe. Again, it comes to the point, how much men are giving you respect. If you compare with other states, situation is much better. Cases are very less.
Sukirti, as a woman who is in a leadership role, how important was your economic choices? I mean, how were they dependent on your safe spaces?
Safe spaces, safety. I think that is the first parameter that any of us need, be it a man, a woman, or a child, for any decision that we take. If we are not safe, we cannot just take the next step. So I'm very thankful for the men in my life, be my father, be my brother, be my husband. You know, all of them have been so supportive and they have made the space so safe for me. I believe Odisha is a very, very safe place, and I'm proud to say that. And I started my journey as an entrepreneur around 12 years back with only 7 employees. And now we have more than 250 employees, most of them women. And I am here to empower more and more women because I believe financial empowerment is true sense of empowerment.
Pragya, if your workspace is safe, that is when women step out of their homes. They try and almost come to terms with harassment in a different way. What is your take?
You're absolutely right. It's just not about the safety in the workplace. I think that a lot has changed in the last few years. You know, you have the POSH Act, you have the government stepping in, setting in policies. I think what I would like to shine the light on is more about the logistics of it, right? Reaching your workplace. And I think that's something that women think much more about than men ever need to think about. And I think the reason why we're having this conversation is because why do we need to raise these questions? Because obviously there isn't an equal level playing field that we are being given to unlock the potential and economic value that we can create and contribute towards society. And so I think what we are trying to do here with this campaign is, of course, make digital communication safe, because that's what our mission is. But more importantly, also help women start a movement where you can also reclaim physical spaces, whether that is traveling in a metro or knowing that if you are sitting in a public space and you are being, you feel uncomfortable or unsafe, you can pick up your mobile phone and open the Truecaller app and call the 112 or 181 helpline, simply informing them that yes, you're in a situation where you are feeling vulnerable. Because like you said, safety has to be in hygiene. It's not something that we need to demand. I think it should exist as almost a given.
Yes, and to take that thread forward, Mr. Botra, if a woman comes to you, or in general, all the girls out here, what would you be telling them if they have faced harassment? What is the best way forward to approach an issue of harassment?
See, the first thing is there's a perception. I must admit that there's a perception with many people that we will not get justice, we will not get, there will be no action. People are hesitant. I totally agree to that. But taking this opportunity, and I'm thanking you for that, I want to tell all the women here and whoever is listening, we may not be able to solve your problem totally, but we are there to hear you out. Please approach. Whenever you have any problem, we have one helpline 1930. That's cyber helpline of Odisha police. And I'm telling you, we recently on December 2021, the government has opened 14 new police stations, 14 new cyber police stations across the state. So now almost every big district, every big place has a cyber police station. Please approach them. We are there to help you anytime.
Harassment is a stigma, the conversation around it is taboo. Why? I mean, haven't we seen enough and more women suffer for all of us to realize that when it is about making allies, yes, men are important, but it is equally important to ensure that women in the family realize the sensitivities that are attached.
First of all, we need to teach our boys from this school. I mean, that should be a curriculum for them, It should be a mandatory. Like the way we are learning moral education from the beginning, boys should be they should be attached with this subject, how to respect girls and women of our society. This is the real challenge of our society, which people are ignoring. And I have so many cases, not one, many cases. I have been speaking to the boys also, those who have been speaking wrong about the girls. I try to just question them, why do you have to behave this way? And there is a case, particularly her name is Pramodini Rahul, somebody was chasing and she had denied that guy not to marry. Next day, that guy became so upset. It was very unfortunate. Acid was thrown on her, full bucket, and she went into coma. After that, so many years, when the case got highlighted, then that girl got justice. Why you all should know, this girl's life got ruined off because of one guy who followed her, and that rejection was something not acceptable. Boys should know how to respect our girls. For that, a mother should teach her boys first. Gradually, this way, society will get changed.
Yeah, and there, the role of apps like Truecaller becomes important, Pragya, because that is needed for giving a woman that courage and her parents that confidence that if she steps out, she'll be safe. And she knows how to handle it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I think, while we've been able to, through Truecaller, make sure that women are safe in their digital communication, because actually 90% of the 220 million users that we have, half of them being women, which is about 110 million in India, told us that they don't pick up a call unless it's identified from Truecaller. And that's simply because if you know who's calling you, you're able to take that considered decision on whether you want to take that call or not. And while we are making it safe, on phone and SMS, we also wanted to take it a step forward and say, what can we do to make sure that women are safe on the move as well? And which is why we launched the app called Guardians. So please go ahead and, of course, use the app. But this is where technology is able to help you and at scale make sure that you're safe. If you are not feeling safe, you can intimate your guardians, and you can also make sure that you can get help from local law enforcement just by a tap on your app itself. We're also doing a lot of digital training, again, leveraging on the scale that technology brings. We are running, mass trainings, and we also plan to bring those trainings to Odisha eventually, where we can do on-ground trainings around how can you stay safe and navigate around the digital world in the most safe way possible, because you have to be on the internet if you want to succeed.
जब एक महिला अपने साथ हुई हिंसा की कहानी लोगों से साझा करती है, तो वो न केवल दुर्व्यवहार के उस चक्र को तोड़ने की दिशा में पहला कदम उठाती है, बल्कि दूसरों को भी आगे आने के लिए प्रेरित करती है। इस उद्देश्य के साथ विभिन्न क्षेत्रों की प्रमुख महिलाएं अपनी साहस की कहानियां साझा करने के लिए इस मंच पर एकजुट हुई। इसमें शामिल थी अनुराधा बिस्वाल, पूर्व ट्रैक एंड फील्ड एथलीट और ओडिशा की पहली महिला ओलंपियन निहारिका दास, सोशल मीडिया इन्फ्लुएंसर और अभिनेत्री प्रकृति मिश्रा, अभिनेता और राष्ट्रीय फिल्म पुरस्कार प्राप्तकर्ता, और सोहिनी मिश्रा, गायिका।
Harassment is a reality we all deal with today. I want to just understand your experience of working in the industry. How has it been? Is it this unfortunate reality that we all live with every single day, trying to change the narrative, but unfortunately it still remains?
ऐसे हरासमेंट, सेक्सुअल हरासमेंट मेरे साथ कभी हुआ नहीं है, पर मैंने सुना है, मेरे फ्रेंड्स लोगों के बारे में सुना है, और मेरे साथ हुआ नहीं है शायद मेरे पेरेंट्स की वजह से, क्योंकि हमेशा उन लोगों को ये डर रहता है कि हमारी बच्ची बाहर जा रही है, कहीं उसके साथ कुछ गलत ना हो जाए, तो इसके लिए हमेशा मेरे साथ मेरे पेरेंट्स रहते हैं, तो मुझे भी कहीं ना कहीं ये डर रहता है। जब मैं स्टेज पे जाती हूँ, जब परफॉर्म करती हूँ, ऐसे हुआ है मेरे साथ कि कहीं मिसबिहेव्स मेरे साथ हुआ है, बैड टच, ये वो, तो ये सारी चीज़ें हुए हैं, तो ये ऐसा होता है हमारे साथ, तो और हम फाइट आउट करना चाहिए, और हम लोग करते भी हैं।
Prakriti, I would like to hear your experience as well. As we said, it's become a common routine to either receive these messages or comments on various social media platforms. What happens from there on? How do you deal with that reality every single day?
Day to day, I mean, in the industry or outside, there's this thing about, this men, some creeps behind social media, behind their computers, they find it very funny to make fun of other people, and that's where it begins actually. So I signed up from my agency for an ad, for an alcohol ad brand, and I did the ad. I was not even holding anything. I was just sitting next to the brand campaign, and within 24 hours, I got so badly trolled all over the social media in Odisha. So my father is a veteran music director in Odia film industry, Mr. Manmat Mishra, and he is known to be the king of bhajans as well. So they started dragging my father, my mother, my entire profession and everything, and they started jumbling it up ki, how can she promote an alcohol brand being this daughter, being somebody so this, so that.
I think that's where the big concern is कि कुछ भी हम कर लें, it's okay. What will the woman be able to do? ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा block ही तो कर देगी, और probably she'll just ignore it. Niharika, I want to understand your experience. I think this is the mindset which is the biggest problem as far as these conversations are concerned, where it's become so easy for men.
We need to take out the root. We need to create an awareness inside the society, in our home, inside us. For my safety, I will be the first person who will be responsible if something is happening to me. I cannot blame the police why they didn't come on time. Why? And then they can ask me that why you went out in the night, middle of the night. If I'm going somewhere, then it is my responsibility to inform my parents, to inform my friends that I'm going out and this is the place I'm going. So in my point of view, harassment is everywhere and we need to be more courageous, we need to be more courageous to fight with that.
Absolutely. अनुराधा जी, आप बताइए आपका experience कैसा रहा है?
I have faced harassment in social media. When I was created a social media account, when a person, across my account, and he started texting message, bad message. After that, I shared with my husband and my close friends. Then I immediately blocked his account. And after this harassment, I felt it's very bad, and then immediately I closed the account.
But see, that's the problem, that no field today is deprived of these conversations, of these messages. Prakriti, what I want to understand from you is the biggest root today is that the minute a woman says, I've been harassed, there is victim shaming that's involved. This is the root cause that needs to go, because this is the fear why half the harassment cases don't make it to the public narrative.
Absolutely, and what I was just saying, so right after that controversy and right after people started dragging my parents and me to the story, so I immediately rushed to the nearest police station, and I must give a big round of applause to the entire police department of Odisha. They immediately lodged an FIR, and everybody told me, you don't have to go and unke muh mat lago, tumhara tum alag ho. Maine bola nahi. If I am an actor, if I am known to be a heroine, to be an actress, then it is also my job to inspire girls, to inspire all the people out there to speak about it. So you need to speak up. The problem that we face and most of the cases that doesn't get registered because हम लोग ये सोचते हैं कि लोग क्या सोचेंगे, अरे लोग क्या सोचेंगे, अगर ये हम सोचेंगे तो लोग क्या सोचेंगे?
I think that's a very valid point that Prakriti is making, and I think that's the biggest problem as far as the harasser is concerned as well. There is no fear of public shaming, and that's why today we are saying don't just block it, but call it out. Because if you set an example once, there will be multiple other women who will learn from you. शोइनी, ये मैसेजिंग कितना इम्पोर्टेंट है सेंड आउट करना?
जैसे प्रकृति ने कहा कि उन्होंने जाकर पुलिस स्टेशन में कंप्लेन किया, तो ये एक्शन लिया गया, तो हम लोगों को बोलना चाहिए. जैसे मेरे साथ एक बार हुआ था, मैं स्टेज पे थी और कॉलेज का एक इवेंट था, तो वहाँ पे मुझे कुछ ऐसे ऐसे बोले, तो मैं वहाँ पे बंद करके चली गई और ऑर्गेनाइज़र को बोली कि ऐसे ऐसे करके मुझे बोल रहे हैं, कुछ अजीब सी चीज़ें बोल रहे हैं. तो वो उन्होंने जाकर वो स्टेप लिया, उन्होंने जो लोग ऐसे बोल रहे थे.
अनुराधा जी, आप एक माँ भी हैं, आप कैसे इंश्योर करती हैं कि आपने अपने एक्सपीरियंस से जो सीखा है आप अपने बच्चों को सिखा सके कि आगे जाके उनको वो तकलीफ़ें ना हो?
I must say, being a mother, first I would teach my son how to respect the women and how to help the women in any kind of situation. फर्स्ट यू शुड नो. देखिए, जैसा घर में हम सिखाते हैं, जैसे चैरिटी बिगिंस फ्रॉम होम. तो घर में कोई बहन हो, भाई हो, जो जैसे रिस्पेक्ट देना चाहिए. बाहर में कोई किसका बहन भी होता है, किसका माँ भी होता है, किसका बेटी भी होता है, उसका हमें से होना चाहिए कि हम अगर सोसाइटी में ऐसा करेंगे तो ये हमारे फैमिली को इफेक्ट पकड़ता है, जनता है, क्योंकि ये ऐसा करना नहीं चाहिए. तो मैं यहाँ अपना बच्चों को सिखाऊंगी कि रेस्पेक्ट द वुमेन एंड रेस्पेक्ट द ह्यूमन बींग्स. बस अच्छा क्या बोलते इंसान बनना चाहिए. जो अच्छा इंसान बनेगा वो अच्छा ही सब सोसाइटी के लिए बनेगा.
Niharika, where do you stand in this? How do you sensitize workplaces as well, right? Because that's the fear for a lot of women, that if I raise my voice, will I lose my job? Is that the fear that continues to play out?
Correct. Yes, it is. I have seen it. I have seen women, they think like if I will say something about my boss, he will just say, just go to home. I cannot work. I will not get another job. But no, I don't believe in that. Why? Why to fight there where you are not mentally stable? How long you can work there? How long you can drag the job? You should immediately quit. You have to create yourself like that. If somebody is coming to Niharika, he should think 1,000 times to say something to Niharika.
Absolutely. You set your own lines, you draw those boundaries so that people know that enough is enough and this is not okay. Yes. But Prakriti, I actually just want to go back, and I just had this thought, you were speaking to us earlier that you filed a case against a portal. But in most cases, and I've spoken to a lot of people, there is also this slight fear of backlash. That if I file a case, if I name them out, can they come back to me? Is that a fear that played on your mind as well?
Oh, absolutely not. Because bring it on. I'm ready for anything. Because if you stress me out, I'm going to stress out into 100 times. So I'm a person like that. I would not spare anyone for that matter, because I would like to say, add on to this, my mother has been my biggest inspiration actually. So I would like to share a very big story in the shortest way possible. Me and 4 of my school girlfriends, we were in Goa and we were having fun in the Agoda beach, and 4 uncles came and they started taking pictures. And when me and my 3 girlfriends, hum log unke paas gaye and we started snatching the uncle's phone, and we saw the uncles zoomed each of our body parts, and I immediately called my mother because we were 4 girls and something like that had happened for the first time physically to me. So my mother said, listen, immediately go to the police and report a file. And I think that is what we all, all the mothers, all the parents should start teaching their girl childs, to go and immediately go to the law, because that's the best possible way to reach out and you get the immediate help. And yes, I slept so peacefully that night thinking that those creeps are inside those bars. And I think we all girls, we deserve that peace of sleep every night. So please go out, fight with the creeps, have a very peaceful sleep at night. I think I do it because I need to sleep nicely at night.